This week, private spaceflight company Virgin Galactic successfully launched the first ever spaceflight from New Mexico. Mothership VMS Eve reached 3 times the speed of sound before deploying the VSS Unity and its 2-person crew. Unity reached an estimated altitude of at least 80 kilometers. This was the company's 3rd spaceflight in preparation for eventual space tourism operations. The company reportedly already has hundreds of reservations booked at up to $250,000 each.
We're going back to the moon.
Also this week, the European Space Agency shared its vision for putting satellites into orbit around the moon. The ESA's Elodie Viau explains.
This project will enable the efficient exploration of the moon by creating a reliable and efficient telecommunication and navigation network through a constellation of lunar satellites. But that will be just the beginning.
Just the beginning, because the lunar satellite network called Moonlight would change how other countries travel to the moon. By not having to carry communication and navigation devices, moon missions would have lighter payloads and cost much less. The first dedicated communications satellite, the Lunar Pathfinder, will be in operation by 2024. Meanwhile, news from NASA that satellites may help predict volcanic eruptions months or even years in advance. Changing temperatures on the ground could provide clues for scientists, says University of Alaska researcher Tarsilo Garona.
So the key point of this research is that we can, in principle, use these signs of heat, of the release of heat that we observe at the surface of volcanoes. We can use that information to better anticipate volcanic activity.
The NASA team analyzed more than 16 years of satellite models for radiant heat and found that surface temperatures increased by around 1 degree Celsius on one volcano prior to eruption. Fewer than 1,500 of the world's active volcanoes have even basic monitoring of seismic activity as a warning bell before eruption. And finally this week, skygazers around the world saw a phenomenon called a supermoon. It has the seasonal nickname of the flower moon, as well as the more ominous-sounding super blood moon. The phenomenon happens when a lunar eclipse coincides with the moon being at its closest point to Earth. The moon can appear up to 14% bigger than normal at that time, and don't worry if you missed it. It happens a few times each year. Arash Arabasadi, VOA News.